The Brumadinho Dam failure in 2019 could have been prevented. The design, maintenance, and weather were all to blame in causing monumental damage to the areas in Brumadinho, Brazil. Brumadinho Dam is one of 87 mining dams in Brazil. Some of these dams even sit uphill from cities nearby. These dams hold waste from the mining in the area. The waste is added over time and is only held back by walls of sand and silt. Dirt in the dam called tailings is only held back by dirt dikes. As the tailings increase, the dikes would be added, leading to the dam's walls to be built upward. In the Brumadinho incident, a big rain season caused these man-made structures to fail. There were issues noticed by the engineers around 2017 to 2019 due to periodical displacements to the center of the dam wall. The increase of rain and the size of the dam led to an elastic response to the soil and pore pressure in the tailings impoundment. When the area was hit with the rain in October 2018, the water table level changed drastically. Due to little dry periods, the water level wasn't able to lower in proper time. This caused even more displacement and reduced suction of the tailings surface. 2 weeks before the collapse, the area experienced more rain, accelerating the occurring issues, causing the collapse. They concluded that improved management and maintenance could have prevented this incident.
To begin, this failure of the dam released roughly 5,000 Olympic swimming pools sized worth of toxic mud into its surrounding areas. It flowed for over 5 miles downhill. It released roughly 11.7 million meters of tailings downstream and destroyed everything in its path. It claimed more than 200 lives and is responsible for considerable environmental and agricultural damage. This is due to the fact that the toxic mud destroyed and ruined everything in its path. However, rather than just being caused from environmental effects, the dam failed due to a company called Vale. The company is responsible for the flooding because the drilling that occurred and the pressure of these liquids that fuel the drills caused dissolution of the stored sediments and subsequent generation of waves. These waves resulted in the shaking of the dam and released all of this mud. Therefore, the dam wouldn't have failed if it was not for the company and its drillings. So what happened was a mining dam collapsed and killed roughly 270 people and buried, and many were left missing. It destroyed over 25 buildings, and it released toxic mud that tore through the mine's offices, its cafeteria during lunchtime, along with houses, roads, hotels, and other structures that were in its path. Due to this disaster, Vale, the company responsible, stock dropped 24% and resulted in the largest single-day loss in the Brazilian stock market. Immediately after the failure, agriculture was ruined all across the area. Because of this, the Brazilian Institute of Environment and Renewable Natural Resources announced a $250 million fine to the Vale company to make up for the destruction that it caused.
So despite this very, very dangerous flood being very preventable, there hasn't been many, if any, precautions being put into place to prevent this from happening. Brazil has around 800 other mining dams, and of those 800, about 90 to 100 of them are upstream, meaning the same thing that happened in Brumadinho could happen to those as well. And of those, I'd say 100, 30 known of them are sitting on top of a city where if the dam breaks and a flood is caused, it would directly flow right into a city, causing tens, hundreds, even thousands of lives to be taken. And so obviously one way that this could be prevented is by inspecting these dams and making sure that, one, they aren't upstream, they aren't put in a place that could flood, the under where all of the sediments are isn't wet. The inspections, only 3% of all dams, of mining dams in Brazil, are actually being inspected annually. And of these 3%, the government doesn't have any nationwide regulations for mining dams, meaning that the companies who own the dams are the same companies that are inspecting their own dams. So that means that there is probably a lot of fraud in the industry, and that is put to the test from the Brumadinho Dam, because there were some scientists and inspectors were saying that it was perfectly safe, and obviously it wasn't. It took 150 plus lives. And so there are so many ways that this could be prevented, but the Brazilian government and Vale, the company that is in charge of these mining, or at least the Brumadinho mining dam, are doing almost nothing to actually prevent these, which is very unfortunate.